Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the RIP Tour podcast. I'm your tour guide, Tim, and we're here for another episode today. Can't do this by myself, so we almost have a full boat. So I'll just go in order on my screen here. Ash, welcome. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing good. Yeah, at time of recording, I don't know when this is going out, but at time of recording, I am in the best mood ever. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. I'm like a kid at Christmas, but
I was going to say it's like Christmas Eve for you right now, right?
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm ready. No particular reason, but I'm just in a good mood.
Okay. We'll get back to your epic news later.
Yes, sir.
And then we have Liz. Hello, Liz. What's going on today?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is my happy time when we start, recording the evenings here.
I know. Sorry, Gary.
I love you, Gary, but
I wish he would have still come on because I think it would have been a blast tonight.
He was awake. He could have.
He was awake. Just texting us, yeah.
Yeah, but he's gonna pass out soon anyway. So.
Any moment.
I mean, is it 4-hour difference or 5-hour difference?
4 right now.
Currently 4.
Yeah, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so it's 11 o'clock, not midnight. Anyway, Gary will be back. You guys all know this. All right, so we're here for another episode. This one's going to be fun. So Ash came up with. So we're going to do March Madness since March Madness is going on, but everybody else is doing like houses and stuff. Ash has come up with a different way for us to do March Madness, and I have a feeling this is going to get ugly in some spots. Exactly. The fists are going to come out. So basically, we're going to do it as brackets. So if you guys have follow March Madness and NCAA basketball, Ash has come up with, we have 16 icons, and they are just basically, ranked 1 to 16. He did it, how he did it. Would you like to explain to everybody how you ranked or seeded, I should say, all the icons?
Sure. Yeah, so
or do you not?
No. I think it'd be a good idea to explain in case people are wondering why is that person pitted against that person. But so, for lack of a better term, I picked the most popular icons to be like 1 through 8, 1 through 10. When I say popular, I mean those who usually come back for like an anniversary year, who've been, have been back and forth a bunch of times. Now, we wanted to get to 16, so it went 16, 8, 4, 2, 1. It was just a perfect number for this bracket. So some are, we'll talk about them, but some are loosely sort of icons. There's a couple of years we may have missed out, like 27, for example. We didn't really touch that because, we only had 16 spots. But yeah, we're going to go from 16, 8, 4, 2, champion. Sound good?
Sounds fantastic. Let me bring up the bracket so I can get us going.
I'm scared.
Are you scared?
It's going to be, why it's going to be good as well, because every person has different emotional attachments as well to
100%.
Different, not necessarily the best, right? You could have a certain affinity with that particular icon as well. So it's going to be fun.
All right. So I'm going to go down the brackets. So this is so technically if you were watching, this would be the Sweet 16 round since we only have 16, but this is just going to be our first round. So just basically going to go down the brackets, and then we'll come back to it and start one at a time. And basically we are going to vote. There's 3 of us, so we know somebody has to win, because even if me and Liz agree or disagree, Ash is going to be a tiebreaker. If me and Ash agree, Liz is going to end up being the tiebreaker. Because if we had 4 of us, it would not have worked. One of us probably would have just
we'd be here all night.
Exactly. So, all right. So here we go. We have, and I'm going to say the seed number as well. Okay. We have the number 1 seed, Jack, going up against the 16th seed, Cindy. Then we have the 9th seed, Fear, going up against the 8th seed, Eddie. And we have the 5th seed, the Storyteller, against the 12th seed, Dr. Oddfellow. All right, we'll get back to this. The 5-12 and usually the 11-6 games in March Madness are always the ones to watch, because usually the lower seed, higher number, 11 and 12s. I wish I had a thing in front of me, but I'm pretty sure that percentage has got to be high for the 11th and 12th seeds.
Yeah, that's where the most upsets happen. Yeah,
correct.
For sure.
Yeah. So, all right. Then we have the 13th seed, the Pumpkin Lord, against the 4th seed, the Usher. Oh, I feel like this one's going to be a good one. Then we have the 3rd seed, the Director, against the 14th seed, the Crypt Keeper. This one's pulling there, Ash, but I get it. I know why you did it. Then we have the 11th seed Bloody Mary against the 6th seed, the Caretaker. And then we have, oh, this is going to be a good one too. 7th seed Lady Luck against 10th seed Terra Queen. And then in the final match of the first round, or Sweet 16 round, we have the 15th seed Sinister Surreal and against the 2nd seed Chance. I like how you put both of them in that one.
Save a spot.
I like that. That's a good one.
They're a combo.
Yeah.
So if you look at this, we all understood now what Ash has done. So he wanted to make sure, because honestly, in popularity wise, Jack and Chance, I mean, hands down, are probably the 2 most popular icons, right?
Yeah.
I think I would say
so.
The most, enthusiastic HHN fan would agree with like Jack and Chance, being like the 2, even if it's not your favorite, but they are definitely the 2 most popular, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's fair.
All right.
I'd agree. Yeah.
All right, so basically we're just going to go match by match. Ash is going to keep track of the winners so we know who is playing who in the next round. So, I mean, let's just throw it out there. So we have first match, number 1 seed Jack against the 16th seed Cindy. Who wants to jump out? Ash does. I can see it.
Want me to do it first? Okay.
Hey man, who you taking? Who's winning this?
So I'm taking Cindy. I'm mentally messing. Okay. I mean, usually your top seed, is not unbeaten in the season, but pretty close to. So yeah, I mean, I'm taking Jack here. Cindy's the icon that almost was. We had, Halloween Horror Nights 12 almost, then Halloween Horror Nights 20 Years of Fear for Cindy too. So she's an almost girl, whereas Jack has been an ever present since the year 2000, Halloween Horror Nights 10. So we've had Jack, 25 years almost, pretty crazy, but just to stand the test of time. And you could probably talk to Universal fans that don't really go to Horror Nights and say, who's that? And they'll probably know who it is. So I'm taking Jack to breeze through. Comfortable win.
I'll keep hitting the mute button here. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to jump into, I mean, Liz, my guess is I know where you're going, but yeah, I'm voting for Jack too. I mean, I know Cindy was there, but I just feel like, I mean, it's Jack. Like, it's a hands down easy one for this one. But I'm hoping who he faces in the next round, that's when we're going to start throwing down. So, all right, Liz. So bring it home. You could vote for whoever because Jack is moving on. Yeah, Jack is moving on.
Yeah, this is obviously going to be a vote for Jack. I mean, he is the OG icon. He's number 1 seed for a reason. And while I wish Cindy had gotten a little more love, had gotten a little more of a chance.
I see what you did there.
How much merch do I have that has Jack on it? How much house decor? There's office decor right back here. What do I have of Cindy? Nothing. So I love her, but it's got to go to Jack.
All right. Clean sweep. Jack takes the first match. You good with that, Ash? You got that written down?
Yeah, I've got it written down. So if you do see me typing, I'm just typing out the next sort of
All
brackets.
good.
But yeah.
All right, next match. I'm very excited about this one. So number 9 seed is Fear going against the number 8 seed Eddie. So I'm going to start with Liz on this one first.
This is a tough one for me because Eddie was the intended icon for my first year of Halloween Horror Nights. He wasn't. It was Jack. But he was supposed to be the icon for the first year. So I have a little bit of attachment to him. However, I have to vote for Fear. I think Fear is severely underrated. And I think it's mainly just because of the presentation of him in his scare zone. He just didn't get to move much just because of the really intricate costume. But the lore of Fear, I think he had a redemption arc in Icons Captured with his lantern and just that whole scene, getting to see him pace back and forth. I think the makeup and the design of him was so cool that he just gets knocked because of execution, and I don't think that's fair. So for me, I'm voting for Fear.
I like it. Ash, I'm going to put you up next.
Okay. Yeah, it's going pretty smooth sailing so far. I'm gonna have to go with Fear too. Like Liz said, Eddie's such a cool concept, such a cool character. I'm sad we never got to see him as the lead. You know, in a certain year, he comes back a lot, so definitely holds his own. He's had a Scare Zone and Scare Zone for him specifically, and then obviously lots of appearances in different mazes. But yeah, the whole build up to Fear, I really, really enjoyed. The commercials and sort of like teasers leading up to the event. I love going through like the prop warehouse and then Fear revealed, and then to actually have a maze where you're going into Fear's lantern itself was a cool little, like Liz said, the sort of redemption arc for Fear. But I don't think, for me, it's not as close as probably it was for Liz because she has that connection with her first year that it should have been. But I think Fear takes this one for me.
Excellent. Let's make it a queen. Make it a queen sweep. A queen sweep. A clean sweep. I'm with you. I feel like Fear needs to come back and get a full-fledged on, like, this is his year as an icon. Obviously, I know we have a very important year coming next year. Hopefully, Fear is involved somehow. Hopefully, they're all involved. I kind of like when those big anniversary years and they have multiple icons around, because I think that's pretty awesome. But I agree. I think just Fear. I mean, it all started with Fear, didn't it?
Yeah, in theory.
In a sense, yeah.
Right? In theory.
He's the puppet master
That's
before
right.
Dr. Oddfellow or with Dr. Oddfellow. That's a questionable topic.
Yeah.
So, all right, you got that written down?
I do. Simple. Yeah, that's gonna be a fun next round.
I'm very curious on these guys. So here we go. Next match we have, I can't see the seed. The number 5 seed going against the number 12 seed. So we have the storyteller, number 5, Dr. Oddfellow at number 12. I'm going to go first because I feel like maybe Liz and Ash might duke this one out. I'm not sure yet. I think this is me more personally, just because I liked him, and that's Dr. Oddfellow. And I feel like there's more to come from him, and I don't feel like the story is over yet as well with him and Jack. So I know we had some complaints and some concerns from last year, or the year before. No, last year. I don't even know what year I'm in anymore. No, the year before.
2 years.
2 years. Oh my God. Obviously that was my first witnessing to Dr. Oddfellow, and I thought he was like the coolest guy ever. I think he's such a badass. I definitely would like to see more from him. Do we get the Jack versus Dr. Oddfellow at some point?
We have to.
Yeah. So that is my vote. But I don't know. I feel like maybe Ash and Liz might duke this out for the winner. Let's go to Liz first. Liz, who you taking between the storyteller and Dr. Oddfellow?
I'm actually struggling on this one because obviously I have a connection with storyteller just from how long she's been at the event. But she was kind of a marketing replacement icon versus who was actually supposed to be the icon her year, who we'll discuss later. So her origin is a little questionable to me. However, she's made multiple appearances. The actual follow through of incorporating her to the event, where each house led back to a story that she told, it's some really good lore. So she redeemed herself. However, Dr. Oddfellow ended up being a really cool icon. I loved the use of him in each scare zone, where you got to see the different version of Oddfellow wandering around, especially in Jungle of Doom. I really liked seeing him there and his little platform performance. So he is competing harder than I thought, so I guess that's good for, that seed 12, but I have to give it to storyteller.
Man, here I thought you were going with Oddfellow. I really did. Damn.
Plot twist.
All right. So here we have our first tiebreaker, and it's coming to Ash.
Oh,
so
boy.
Ash, you are deciding if the storyteller or Dr. Oddfellow is going through. So you'll get all the grief from anybody that disagrees with you because it'll be your fault.
Okay, this is
You like how I did
very
that,
difficult.
Liz, right? I wanted to make sure that Ash gets blamed for everything. So okay.
You're gonna do it whenever you think there's a dubious one coming. You're probably gonna have you and Liz go first, so you know there's like a tiebreaker coming. But I agree with Liz; it's a lot more difficult than I was expecting initially, and I don't want to say I'm swayed when people talk about it, but it definitely helps me logically kind of understand where I'm gonna go with it. But storyteller, I feel yes, more of a wasted icon that year, but has redeemed herself. One of my biggest things, because I did it with my granddad, was the Arrival show and just going into and seeing the Arrival show and storyteller just up there with the other icons, and it was just. But she doesn't redeem herself that much. Halloween Horror Nights 32, I thought they did a great job. I loved Oddfellows lore, how it was all brought back. Every zone was, air quotes, linked to him. He had a maze. He had he had a little side show. I would have preferred a full show, like the Carnage Returns type deal, but he had a little side show as well. He was very present in marketing. So, and Halloween Horror Nights 32, I thought was a good year for mazes too. Either side of 31 and 33 that I thought were very weak. So for that reasoning as well, I'm going to choose Oddfellow to take it.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is our...
I'm actually surprised. I really thought you were going with
too.
storyteller.
Yeah, I think as well, listen to you explain it a little bit as well, Tim, how it was all sort of linked together, and it worked. It definitely did work, the sort of story, and the year was pretty decent too for mazes, so that kind of swung it in the end.
That's fair. All right, so coming to the next match. So this will be the halfway through our first round. So we have the number 13th seed, Pumpkin Lord, against the number 4 seed, the Usher. And then just so you all know, the 12 seed just won against the 5th seed. Just saying. It happens. All right, number 13, Pumpkin Lord, against number 4, the Usher. Let's start with Ash this time.
Yeah, this is the biggest route of the whole tournament for me. Yeah, when they almost went with that comedic route with the Pumpkin Lord, he sort of lost it for me. I do like the positioning right there up front, but nothing else really linked to that icon, if you will. Whereas the Usher, I absolutely loved 19. I really, really liked it. The lore was really good. Everything was linked. Again, loosely. I know they have to tie some sort of properties into it, which probably don't make sense, but kind of do. I loved it. The website was great. The build up to it was great. Commercials were good. I thought the marketing was really, really good. So yeah, the Usher by a country mile here for me.
All right, Liz.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I am voting for the Usher. I am one of the ones that would argue that Pumpkin Lord isn't a full-fledged icon. So to me, I would just kick him out of the tournament to begin with. I know that's a hot debate, but for me, it's got to be the Usher. I think I appreciate Pumpkin Lord as a character. I obviously loved him in the house. I enjoyed interacting with him on the street. But the Usher had the backstory, the website, the house. And then I think back to 2015, the Usher in the Scare Zone, the Icon Scare Zone was just an absolute highlight. The actors who played him there were just so good. And Tickets Please, like there's just so many different iconic moments for him that it's an easy landslide victory for the Usher for me.
Excellent. So the Usher is moving on. Doesn't matter what I vote for, right?
That's correct.
Who would you vote for?
I'm going to get there. So
I thought you were just about to move on. That's why
I should have. I should just be like, I'm not getting in trouble. I'm not getting yelled at by anybody. No, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I honestly thought this was going to be a little bit harder than I thought, but it's really not. I think this is also a landslide, and for me, it's also the Usher. I'm with Liz. I don't think the Pumpkin Lord is a full-fledged icon. Maybe if we get a little more, and maybe down the line, okay. But I'm with you, Liz. I don't think he's a full. No, he's a half icon.
He's a mascot. He's a great mascot.
Yeah, there's another mascot coming in the next match, so that is definite. I don't care what anybody says. All right, so clean sweep. We have the Usher taking that one.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the next match I was just talking about, where we have a mascot as well. So we have the number 3 director. Sorry, against the number 14 Crypt Keeper. I'm gonna let Ash start this one.
Okay, firstly, let's clear up Mr. Crypty. Because,
Mr. Crypty.
you know, I mean, obviously he was billed as the first icon, right? But obviously licensed. So we had Amaze multiple times. He's featured in Scare Zones. He was actually the marshal for the parade as well. You know, it was on commercials. It was on the event guide. So, first, before I got Liz, would you consider an icon or a mascot? I'm just curious.
This one's tough for me because one of my big things for an icon is an original backstory. And so that would eliminate Crypt Keeper for me because he's already an IP character.
Okay.
I think he's more qualified than Pumpkin Lord and some of the other ones.
Agreed.
But I wouldn't consider him an icon.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I love the Crypt Keeper. I love Tales from the Crypt. I am actually on a Tales from the Crypt podcast as well. That's how much I love Tales from the Crypt.
How many podcasts do you have?
Too many. Too many. You know, it's time to start saying no.
It really is.
I'm just waiting for Gary to come now. Hey, let's start a Severance podcast. I'm like, nope, not doing it. But I love the Crypt Keeper, but there's a big but. I've got to go with the director, my friend Paolo Ravinsky. I mean, this was my first ever year at Halloween Horror Nights. 2003, went with my family for the first time. We missed 2 mazes, but we did the Infestation show, which the director led. The whole backstory, again, it was on everything. Event guides, advertising, commercials, nice little backstory. Comes back every time there's an anniversary. Yeah, easy one, director. Moving on. For me, sorry.
and Liz, I'm just assuming you kind of jumped in there, which is totally fine. I'm assuming you're voting for the director as well.
Yes, I am. And I was just sitting there thinking while Ash was talking, I believe the director's house at 2006 was the first. Yeah, it had to be. I think that was the first Icon's house I'd ever gone through because I was a scaredy cat for my first however many years. So I didn't go through houses. I only did scare zones for my first few years. And as a little bit of a, more casual fan at this point, I somehow missed all the other Icon's houses in 2006, except for the director. So he has a special place in my heart because I actually went through his house and we had a whole moment at the beginning when I walked in. So I do love this character and easy win for me.
All right, clean sweep. It's the director. I can't vote for the Crypt Keeper because I'm with Liz on the whole IP thing.
I feel so sad.
I'm not saying like it's bad. I love the Crypt Keeper. I think he's great, but I don't think he's an icon. He's not. I mean, he's original, but he is an IP. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
no, they must have spent a fortune on that too. I'm just thinking if it was like HBO or Showtime.
Well, yeah, and how many years did they use him for?
2, like straight away, right? And he's come back, but
yeah,
weird.
All right, moving on. You got that down?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right, this will be a tough one, I think. We have number 11 seed Bloody Mary and the number 6 seed The Caretaker. I'm going to start because I want you two to fight. This one's tough for me, but I think I'm going to piss some people off. I've yet to see Bloody Mary. I want Bloody Mary's return. So that's why I'm going to vote for The Caretaker. Yeah, I thought you all saw that was coming.
I was like, do you know you've seen the kombucha girl where she's like,
Huh?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah, I'm voting for the caretaker. I like the caretaker. I think he is a pretty cool icon, honestly. Um, and I didn't really get to witness and see Bloody Mary a lot. I mean, I know some stuff about it, and I'm sure you two are gonna really get into it more. So, Liz, Bloody Mary
Yes.
or the caretaker?
All right, listen, this is the other, I think, hardest seed that I've seen so far. These two are both wonderful icons. And I want to give appreciation for the caretaker. But Bloody Mary has the best backstory of any Horror Nights icon of all time. You cannot beat Bloody Mary's backstory. The website that went into it has never been done that way again. Go for it, Tim.
I have a
see you.
question. No, yeah,
Yes.
because I have a question for you. Because I need to know. But isn't Bloody Mary not really part of Universal? I know it's part of it, but isn't Bloody Mary like...
There was a legal
Isn't-
issue.
Okay, that's where I was getting at.
Yeah, but it was like a makeup company. It wasn't.
Yeah,
even...
it was a lady called
Oh,
Bobby,
really?
Bobby something. Bobby Wagner? I can't remember her name. But yeah.
Bobby
Yeah,
Brown?
I think she sued something over the using the name Bloody Mary.
It's like it's
Oh,
urban,
I gotcha.
which is weird because it's
Okay.
an urban legend.
Yeah, which I don't know why they couldn't just bring her back as Mary Agana and like
Yeah.
never call her
exactly.
Bloody Mary again.
Exactly. I mean, we all know who she is anyway, so.
But I don't know the ins and outs of that legal battle. But
That's
man,
fair. That was just my quick question.
that lore, that was the most fun summer of being a Halloween Horror Nights fan ever. And I feel so bad for anyone who came into the fandom after that, because that was peak Halloween Horror Nights fan lore. And it was the start of Legendary Truth. It was just an amazing time. And it is my biggest regret that that is one of the 2 years that I have missed since 2001, because I just moved to Colorado. So I followed the entire lore. I followed the midnight release. I was on the fan forums. We were all watching it together. And yet I did not get to attend. So I do know that the Bloody Mary house gets a lot of flack of not being a good house, but I don't think it matters because everything else leading up to it was just perfection. And I wish we could see more of her story. So Bloody Mary,
Love it.
easy. I'm
Love
sure
it.
Ash is just going to continue what I just said. So
All right, Ash. So it is 1-1. You are now, man, this is a second tiebreaker for you, guy.
I know you keep doing it to me.
I know.
I needed a minute anyway because Liz made me emotional with that little speech right there. But honestly, like in terms of like storytelling, and this was the pinnacle of Halloween Horror Nights storytelling, incorporated with the website, all the build up to it, even the media where she like breaks through the mirror for the media. Dave, if you go on, you'll be able to watch it. If you go on YouTube, I would assume somebody would have recorded it. But just everything, all the houses linked together, Legendary Truth. Reflections of Fear is my favorite year by a mile. My favorite maze is from that year, Dead Exposure. My favorite Scare Zone is from that year, Streets of Blood. So yeah, I'm very sad for you, Liz, that you didn't experience it and you were in the sort of fandom heavily as well, which is pretty sad. But yeah, Bloody Mary. Thank you, Liz, because she's moving on. And do you know what I did? I didn't do it strategically, even though I made the brackets. I put her where I thought she probably should have been, and she came up against a good one. So I deserve some credit there for having
That's fair.
integrity. Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah, see?
And for the newer fans, I mean, that is the birth of Boris Schuster. Like, he would not exist if it were not for Bloody Mary's backstory. So we got a lot out of her story.
All right, so Bloody Mary's moving on, correct?
Correct. Yes.
All right, so we got 2 more matches here in the first round. So we are up to number 7, Lady Luck, against number 10, the Terror Queen.
Ooh.
I feel like this one could go. All right, Ash, let's start with you this time.
Yeah, Lady Luck is the victim of having one of the top 3 years ever at Halloween Horror Nights, but not really having that much of an impact as an icon, in my opinion. A very secluded Scare Zone. A lot of the mazes loosely linked to a backstory, even though I really, really like some of them. what she really suffered from here was no show, even if it was just like a little side one that Oddfellow did, for example, and a house. She needed a maze. She had to have a maze, in my opinion. Terror Queen has such a cool story. Storyteller aside, Terra Cruentus was linked to the Terror Queen. You know, the Storyteller was shoehorned in to help with marketing. But I just love the Terror Queen's lore. I love that sort of fantasy, mythical type world. Lady Luck, I'm sorry, you were just unfortunate to have no maze and no show, so I can't vote for you. So for me, Terror Queen is moving on.
I am a little shocked right now.
This is a tough one, I feel, this round.
I really thought you were going to vote Lady Luck. So, all right, a little shocking. All right, Liz.
Well, I'm going to continue to shock you then, because I am also going to go with the Terror Queen. Now, here's
my gosh, I thought you were going to go the other way.
Wow.
Here's my reasoning. Some of it is very similar to Ash with 2020. Sorry, I'm like losing my mind. 2011, 21 is my favorite year of Halloween Horror Nights ever. But Lady Luck was another icon that was kind of shoehorned in as a last minute addition. So while they did tie her story into each house loosely on the website, you could tell it really didn't have anything to do with her per se. And she was just kind of thrown into a scare zone in Sting Alley as a last minute thing. And it just, although the marketing's really cool, her commercials were really cool. And the shirt is great. And I'm glad they ended up playing on the 21 Lady Luck lore. Terror Queen, she hasn't lived up to the lore that they originally created, where, you know, she's supposed to come back every 15 years and they tried to kind of bring her back for the anniversary, but then they didn't let her talk or anything. She just stood there. But that first original lore with having Islands of Fear, well, that's not what the event was called, but saying Islands of Adventure and having the Terror Queen reign over with her entire land and having it all incorporated into her lore just makes her stand out for me. So I'm giving it to the Terror Queen.
Well, then, I'm honestly shocked about this. But we're going to make it a queen. Here it's a queen sweep again.
Queen sweep.
Clean sweep. I don't know why I have queen on the mind.
Terror Queen. So
yeah,
this
exactly.
one made sense.
It's a queen.
I know. I'm with Ash and Liz. I think the story for Terror Queen is just absolutely phenomenal. I love it. The every 15 years, you know, hopefully we'll see her again in 15 years, maybe done correctly this time and not just shoved out there and been like, hi. But I am also with Ash. I hope they bring Lady Luck back at some point, and give her the due that she is due, especially a house.
Great.
So, all right, you got that one down, Ash?
Got it down.
Do we even need to do this last?
I know this last one's gonna be queen sleep.
A queen sweep. Queen sleep.
Gosh.
A queen sweep.
I tried.
I love it.
Maybe we need to start going in the mornings again. We're a lot sharper, I feel.
All right, so the last match of the first round we have at number 15, we have Sinister Surreal going against number 2 Chance. I'm going to start this off. I don't think there's a chance in hell. That's right, I went there. Chance takes this. I mean, nothing against Sinister and Surreal. They seem like very cool characters, but also were kind of just thrown at us. Like, I don't know. I just feel like we didn't get enough story behind them yet. Again, I think they're going to come back to them. So, but I think this is just like it's hands down Chance. So, Liz, what about you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's Chance. She is just, I mean, her partnership with Jack is perfection, but then she is so strong that she can absolutely carry an event on her own. She deserves a much better house than they gave her.
Amen.
But it was so great having her on the street. When she's in the show with Jack, she keeps pace right there with him. And I think, I mean, who knows what's going to end up happening here at the end. but she could actually give Jack a run for his money on popularity. She is just so funny, and she has such a presence that, as much as I appreciate what they attempted with Sinister and Surreal, and I appreciate the story that we got, I wish we'd gotten even more. It just, you can't compete with Chance.
Agreed. And I love Chance's scare zone because I thought the interaction in there with Chance herself, top notch for every single one that was playing Chance in that zone.
Absolutely.
Just saying. So, Ash, bring it home.
Yes, clean sweep.
One of us will get it right.
Yes,
We're gonna
eventually.
need a shirt now.
Yeah, right. What was I saying? Yeah, I agree. Liz, you said it perfectly, actually. You know, even when she was with Jack, for example, in the Carnage Returns, she wasn't lost up there. You know, she was holding her own. Yeah, she's such a good icon. And I think in terms of popularity, I mean, we'll get to it in case that matchup happens, but I think she can definitely hold her own in terms of popularity with some of the top icons. And Tim, easy one for you because you have such a strong sort of bond with Chance being your first year too, so that's pretty cool.
I do, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end of the first round.
Cool.
We're gonna move on to the Elite Eight, if you will. And I think I remember what we got. So in the first match, we're gonna have number 1 seed Jack going against number 9 Fear.
Yep.
And then in the next match, we have number 12, Dr. Oddfellow, going against number 4, Usher.
Yep.
And then we have number 3, the Director, going against 11, Bloody Mary.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have number 10, Terror Queen, going against number 2, Chance.
Bingo.
Let's just get into it. This one is the one I've been waiting for. I'm ready to upend Jack. Just so y'all know. My vote is for Fear going against Jack. So I'm going to definitely throw a wrench into this because I don't know where either or both of you sit with this one. There's just something with me in Fear. Probably my favorite icon. And obviously I only saw him in the house, in the Icon's house a couple years ago. I want more of Fear. Like, I want to see him come back, and I want to see him doing his little puppetry, if you will, with everybody else. So that is my vote. I'm going to go to Ash first.
Oh, good. Just in case it's a tiebreak, I don't have to do it. This, honestly,
I'll get you off the hook on this one.
Yeah, this is a lot harder for me than necessarily it should be. I think you're right. I think Fear is such a cool icon, and essentially, what did they call them? They were like Fear's heralds, right? Jack was Fear's herald or disciple, if you will. So maybe Fear is the better icon, you know, if you think about it that way. But I am taking Jack just for sheer longevity and always hitting every time. For me, I don't know what other people think. For me, it's not sort of exhaustion from getting Jack multiple times. I would love to see him come back even at 35. I don't think you can ever have too much of the Mr. Clown. So, yeah, I'm taking Jack.
I think Mr. Clown's going to be mad with me.
Yeah, Mr. Clown. Mr.
Like,
Schmidt,
what the hell is wrong?
Mr. Schmidt, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, Mr. Schmidt. But just so you all know, I love Jack. I think Jack's fantastic. Me personally, I have more of a closer attachment.
Yeah, I think that's fine. And that's why this is good too, because this is a very subjective, as opposed to like if we did houses or mazes, you know what's going to come to the last 4, right? I guess you kind of do with icons too, but I feel this is more subjective, and you have more relationships with them. But anyway, Jack, Liz, it's on you.
Yep.
All right, so we got one apiece. I mean, I already know who's winning this. There's no argument. I already know what
you might be surprised. You never know.
There's no way.
Drum roll here. Listen, like I said earlier, I love Fear's design, and I really enjoyed Icons Captured of going into the lantern. I like the story of him controlling all the icons and bringing these icons of Fear to us. But it has to be Jack. Jack is the icon. He has controlled and led this event so many times. And like Ash said, I don't get fatigue from having Jack. If he was there every year, I would. But just a few years in between is plenty for me to have Jack back out there. I think a lot of the connection is because we had various Jack shows. So we have the connection from him having multiple houses, from having all the merch, the commercials, but mostly the shows. I feel like we know him better than any other icon. His story has been fleshed out so many times. And of course, we have an incredible, iconic actor who has played him all of these years. And you just can't top that. You can't top a comedic, talking, terrifying character. And so Jack wins.
Here it is. Jack moves on.
Jack's moving on.
Mr. Schmidt, I am so sorry. Please don't take me out.
That means you hate
All right.
Jack. That's bad.
I don't hate Jack. Stop it. I love Jack. I think Jack's amazing. I just like Fear better. That's just me. All right, moving on to the next match. We have number 12, Oddfellow, going against number 4, Usher. I'm going to start with Liz on this one.
Man, I'm actually having to think for a moment here. I still have to go for the Usher. For me, I think same thing I said earlier. I'm not going to rehash everything, but I think there's the website, the lore, and the actors who have played him have really left an impression on me. And I really did enjoy his Icon house, even though it was kind of like a pre-anniversary IP mashup house. I just really enjoy that character. And I think he deserves to have more of an appearance back. We've had a lot of these icons repeat, and he's never really repeated. He's shown up in a scare zone in a house, but he could easily come back with how much we're using IPs now. And so I'm going to go with the Usher.
All right, Ash, over to you.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be an easy one for me, but I'm just thinking a little bit. So maybe recency bias is swaying me a little bit. But when we were talking about Oddfellow earlier, I just think that event clicked in terms of everything sort of merging together. And like I said earlier, the mazes were good too. But on the flip side, I really do like the Usher again. Every time he comes back for anniversary years, he hits. Maybe, like Liz said, it could benefit from another go around of a house. Because he's very versatile, because he's an Usher and it's to do with movies, you can link him to tons of IPs and tons of originals, you know, so he definitely has that versatility, what you can do with him. But I'm probably shocking myself here, and again, it could be recency bias, but I'm just going to edge it with Oddfellow. Yeah.
Wow, that brings it down to me, huh? Doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Just saying, just breaking in here for a moment, just not to influence your vote.
Uh-huh.
But just to say, you know, if a certain Oddfellow were to win this bracket, it would make the next round very interesting.
Exactly. So that's why we're going to do it. Mr. Oddfellow, Dr. Oddfellow, you're moving on. I probably would have. No, I would have voted for Oddfellow anyway. I have no attachments to the Usher. I think the Usher's cool. We also know some friends that played the Usher. There's so many things. Yes. So anybody, please don't get at me. I don't hate any of the icons at all. I just have more favorites than others. That's all. So please don't yell at me. But that's going to make for a great semifinal match. So that's why I really did it. But I would have voted for Oddfellow anyway.
Wow. Tim hits the Usher too. Wow.
I hate you. Stop putting words in my mouth.
You're apologizing everyone you pick against. Like, you're gonna get a text from Luke after saying, "Well, how could you hit the Usher?"
It's all right. Anyway, all right, let's move on. So we're at the number 3, the director. Oh, against number 11.
I'm gonna sit out this one.
You made the bracket. This is your fault.
All right, Liz, you can go first.
Throw me under the bus first. Look, I'm going to make mine. I'm the first vote, so mine's easy, right? I can just go with my heart. I'm going with Bloody Mary. Again, everything I said before. You can't beat her lore for me. So she's always going to be my favorite, no matter how much we will never see her at the event again. And no matter how much I like the director. It's just going to be Bloody Mary.
That's fair. Ash, throwing it to you because I feel like this might be different.
Yeah, it's kind of like head over heart here because it's my first ever year at Halloween Horror Nights, plus a very strong icon, don't get me wrong, versus my opinion, the best year ever assembled in terms of lore and storyline, and like I mentioned, the literal pinnacle of storytelling was from Reflections of Fear. This is like, what kid do you prefer? You know, let me choose.
But you got to pick a kid, though.
Yeah, right. Is Bloody Mary suffering from the fact that her lore sort of does? The lore that was built returns, of course, but her herself, it's going to be a stretch to bring her back unless they strike a deal, maybe. So the director can keep coming back for anniversary years, and again, he's sort of versatile as a filmmaker. He can be attached to a tons of stuff too. This is very difficult. I'm going to take, just because it's my favourite year of all time, I'm going to take Bloody Mary to go to the next round.
Tim, you're off the hook.
I mean, not really, because I was going to vote Bloody Mary. So.
Okay, there you
go.
go.
There we go. Okay.
Real simple. All right, and then the last match, and there's a reason why I voted Bloody Mary, because I think it sets up for another good matchup.
Oh.
Which, honestly, I think this is a crazy matchup, too. So we have number 2, Chance, going against number 10, right? We have the Terror Queen. It was not Lady Luck, right? It was Terror Queen.
Correct.
Right?
Terror Queen, yep.
All right, so we have 10 Terror Queen against 2 Chance. I'll start. I mean, I can't. I have to. It's Chance. I have to take Chance. There's as much as I like the Terror Queen and her lore, I think Chance is too strong not to win. All right, Liz, over to you.
Yeah, this is an easy one for me too. As much as I appreciate Terror Queen and her lore, it's Chance. Just because running a show, running a house, a scare zone, who do I want to see there? I want to see Chance.
Boom. All right, Ash, over to you. Now that your vote matters now.
Yeah, Full House.
What are you voting? Oh, so you're voting Chance too. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Full House. Yeah, easy one. I think in terms of lore and sort of storytelling, Terror Queen beats Chance hands down, in my opinion. But just for sheer sort of personality and who I would want to see at the head of an event, it's Chance for sure.
Agreed. You know, and again, I have that personal connection because of my first year and Chance. So, wow. So we're down to the semifinals, guys.
Yep.
So we have number 1 seed Jack going against number 12 seed Dr. Oddfellow. And then we have Bloody Mary going against Chance, right?
Yep, that's right.
All right. So we have number 1 Jack going against number 12 Dr. Oddfellow. And then we have number 11 Bloody Mary going against number 2 Chance.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
The top 2 seeds survived.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you surprised?
I'm surprised at the other 2 in here, though, if I'm being honest. I'm surprised the other 2 made it this far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Liz, I'll let you start.
Yep. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I do think we will likely see this matchup next year. I think it will be foolish if we don't. I think it's just set up for the next anniversary year to have a Jack versus Oddfellow house. The lore is already there. Oddfellow already told us on the final night, I'll see you again. So I think it's going to be Jack versus Oddfellow. But much like the house, I think Jack will prevail. So I'm voting for Jack.
All right, fair. All right, Ash, over to you.
Yeah, I'm going the same way. You've got to go Jack in this scenario. I feel Oddfellow had a good run this tournament, but just too strong. Jack was too strong for him in the end. I do feel like we'll see this again. It just makes sense to sort of close this sort of chapter of the story. It wouldn't make sense otherwise. But yeah, it's not. I was going to say it's close to your thing, but it's not. Jack wins comfortably here.
100%. And the only reason I had Jack losing was to Fear, because, like I said, Fear is more me than Jack. but there's no way Jack doesn't beat Dr. Oddfellow here. So clean sweep, Jack going to the finals. End of story, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
it could be his year.
Now to the other semifinal match.
Don't make me go first.
11 Bloody Mary against number 2 Chance. I'll go first. I'm taking Chance. Both are very good right here, and I feel like either one could win, honestly, and especially with you guys right now. I'm trying to think in my head, like, what are they voting for? I'm not really sure. But again, Chance has a place in my heart, so Chance is moving on for me. Liz, you want to go next, or do you want to go last?
I'll go last.
I like that. Ash, over to you, sir.
Okay. Oh gosh, this is the toughest one. This is the toughest one so far. Part of me was already accepting Bloody Mary was going to get nowhere near the end anyway, but now she's like in the semi-final. I'm like, I got to push my girl, you know. But Chance was such a good icon, and the personality, the actress, just everything worked for me. Obviously, Reflections of Fear and Bloody Mary, I absolutely adore. Always will, no matter who I'm going to pick right now. But I'm taking Chance to move on.
All right, Liz, over to you. I'm pretty sure for the clean sweep.
Yeah, look, Bloody Mary, we've already sang her praises enough, but she's not going to hold her house. Actually, you know what? Go back. The Chance house and the Bloody Mary house, neither one was good. We'll give them that. That was a tie. But Bloody Mary's not going to hold a show. She might have a scare zone, and actually that would have been a really cool twist on bringing out the different fears and phobias into a scare zone. But I digress. Chance is just my girl. And like Ash said, it's just another one, just like Jack, where everything hit perfectly. The actress, the costume, the story, the tone. She's just perfection. And who better
100%.
to go against Jack than Chance?
There it is. That sets up the final, everybody, for the icons for March Madness. So we have Jack, the number 1 seed, going against the number 2 seed, Chance.
Oh,
Not
my
surprising.
God.
I was hoping for maybe some kind of crazy upset in there to get to the final. I mean, we had a couple upsets in there, that's for sure. But I'm not surprised that it's Jack versus Chance. Are you guys?
No.
No, and especially the way Ash did it, where he had them as 1 and 2, which makes sense because they should be 1 and 2.
They should. They would
Now.
get for sure.
Yeah.
Now, this is where it's going to get good, and I think I want you two to fight. Because
Can I abstain? They just both
No,
win.
definitely
They win.
not.
It's a tie.
Nope.
Show's over.
No, we're picking a winner.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm going to go first because I want to watch you two go at it because I have a feeling it's going to be tough for both of you.
Oh, it is.
Real simple for me. It's Chance over Jack, and I'm very sorry, Jack. But like I said, Chance definitely has a place in my heart. So Chance, you are the winner for me. Now let's see if you're going to move on. So
Liz, go to Liz, please.
No. Go to Ash. I went
No,
last.
go to Liz.
Time.
I went first last time.
are
It's me.
you everybody listening to this?
Yeah.
Go to Liz.
Ash, you're up.
Oh man. Okay. Let me think about this for a second. This is a big decision. You know,
It really is.
it really is a big decision because I'm like Tim here. I don't want to upset the other person. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I feel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to whoever's listening right now because this sounds awful. I'm just waffling because I'm just stuck. I'm just kind of stuck. I didn't think these two, even though they were seeds 1 and 2, part of me thought Jack was probably a shoe-in, but I thought Chance would have got lost on the way, maybe to somewhere. That's why it's so difficult because I was anticipating Jack going against somebody like a walkover, but Chance is so strong.
I really thought Bloody Mary might have upset Chance there.
Yeah,
She had a moment.
she did.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah.
I almost nudged her. But
I feel like it was very close for both of you, teetering
was.
on that.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm glad Liz picked Chance actually, because if she picked Bloody Mary and I picked Chance, I might have been a bit annoyed that I didn't pick her myself. So I'm glad we got a clean sweep there. But I'm gonna take just for sheer, because I feel Liz. For Liz, I think it's just gonna be a coin toss. Just for sheer longevity, and I don't think we get Chance without Jack. So, and like I said,
good. That is a very good point right there.
Yeah, I feel, she's kind of born from Jack, and they sort of have the same sort of outgoing personality as well, which they match really well. We've talked about, the well-known actor who's played Jack, who was just a wonderful, wonderful person. Yeah, I'm going Jack. So Liz, the tiebreaker, is all on you.
Here it is, Liz. How's the pressure feeling right now?
Okay, so to be fair, if you had gone to me first, I was going to pick Jack just to put it on Ash. So this is fair.
That's what I thought.
This is fair. Oh, now I actually have to choose though.
Yes, you have to choose, man.
And whatever you pick means you hate the other person.
Oh, stop it! We love both of them, and
I won't make that joke again. I promise. There you go.
So now you said there wouldn't be Chance without Jack, but would there be Jack without Chance? Huh? She
elevates him.
loyal.
She does, and she elevates him.
This. She's the one out there torturing Amanda. So, oh my gosh, now I'm the one waffling.
I'm glad it's not me.
It's a head versus heart thing, because my heart wants to go for Chance because she is my girl, but my head is going for Jack because, again, he is just the original icon.
He is Horror Nights. Collusion going on here, Tim.
Chance is my girl.
Stop swaying her vote, would you?
Look, as much as my heart wants to take the vote, I have to go with my head. I have to go with Jack. Jack is going to be my vote.
That's a bummer.
He's the OG.
I'm really not bummed. I mean, we win no matter what, whoever wins there.
And here's my last thought of why. If he hadn't been as successful as he was that first year of being a marketing icon and bringing so much attention to the event, we probably never would have known any of the other icons on this list. So
that's fair.
Jack wins.
That's fair. It really is fair. Without Jack, none of these other icons happen.
He paved the way.
He did.
Yeah.
So not surprising, Jack is our March Madness icon champion of 2025.
That final was a win-win, I feel, anyway.
Yeah, of course.
It was.
I mean, I really wanted some crazy upsets and some real big underdogs that might have taken somebody out, but
Yeah, I mean, what seeds made the last four though? I think we had a 11th seed and
we had
11th and a 12th seed.
The 12 seed won.
And the 11th seed was
and the 11th seed won, and that's basically what I told you. I said that between in any tournament, the 11 and 12 seeds are known to be the big upset people. So.
And I think it's great to have these new icons, but it's also really good to have appreciation for the ones that started it all.
100%. Absolutely. So, well, we hope you enjoyed our March Madness icon tournament. We thought this would be a little different than instead of just doing the usual houses and stuff, which we've done before. So, thanks, Ash. This was a pretty good one.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Excellent. Hey, Liz. Where can people find us?
Well, if you're already watching on YouTube, then you know that you can find us on YouTube. So if you're watching there, leave us a comment. Let us know if we got any of these brackets wrong. But otherwise, you can find us at RIP Tour Podcast on Twitter/X. We have a Threads. We have set up a Blue Sky, but I don't think we've started posting there yet.
I've posted a couple times on there, so I need to get better on there. I'm
we're trying. Yeah. We're trying to start to migrate. We have Instagram, TikTok, and we have a Discord. And of course, once we get a little further in the season, we'll start updating some t-shirt designs over on our Spreadshirt as well. So there's some stuff from last year, but there'll be new stuff as the season continues.
Yeah.
Excellent job, Liz. You get a 10 out of 10 for that.
Thanks.
Good job, Liz.
Yeah, good job. Anybody got anything before we get out of here? Is there any news or anything?
I mean, I think there's one thing we should say just because it's you.
Me?
I'm sure you saw the rumor this past week, right?
So it's a rumor.
I'm only bringing it up because it's you. Of
I
all
know.
people.
And I don't understand. I mean, I do understand. Okay, so everybody, I'm sure you saw the rumor that Scream is possibly coming, but I feel like we've also heard this before.
Every year.
Every year. I still think there's
5 and
some
6, isn't it? The rumor.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
the
5
rumor.
and 6, which blows me away. I'm like, why? Like, why are we not going to the OG or just a total mashup house of just different kills and whatnot? Don't get me wrong. I'm very, very, very excited if we get some kind of version of a Scream house, even if it's 5 and 6. I just think we should. I think we should have a mashup, but that's me.
Yeah.
So, how do you guys feel about 5 and 6, or would you rather have a mashup or the OG?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I want the OG. I want the house that we didn't get in 2015. I want to see the actual popcorn, the kitchen, all the things. But, I mean, at this point, I'll take whatever I can get to finally see Scream at the event.
100%. What about you, Ash?
I'll just never believe there's a Scream house coming unless I'm in it,
Once you're walking through.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. We haven't really heard anything else. No announcements, no nothing.
Still waiting on that speculation map.
Yeah, come on.
Just feel like everybody's being very quiet, and we're almost to April already.
Yeah, everyone's distracted by Epic, I think.
I mean, that too. So,
yeah.
I'm excited for Epic. You guys excited for Epic?
Oh, yeah.
I'll let you know on Monday morning.
No, you'll let me know tomorrow.
Yeah, well,
Sunday
actually.
night.
Yeah, I'll let it settle. I'll let the dust settle a little bit. No, there'll be no spoilers, no nothing, no even thoughts from me.
Yeah.
Period.
Perfect.
But and Liz is going to at some point beforehand as well.
Mm-hmm.
But actually 3 out of the 4 of us will be there on opening day. Sorry, Liz.
Yeah. Well, that was my choice. That's fine.
Yeah. Me, Ash, and Gary will be there with their significant others. So on that day is when we will actually start blasting pictures and videos.
Yes.
Obviously, both of them are not allowed to take pictures, video, and honestly, they shouldn't even be doing that anyway because I don't want anything ruined. Nobody else. There's other people that don't want things ruined, and honestly, you guys should just go and enjoy yourselves.
Oh yeah, I'm not even sharing thoughts. I'm just going
Just
to enjoy.
Go in, enjoy it, because I mean, how cool is that? We're gonna get a new theme park.
Exactly.
Crazy.
I can't believe it.
And there's so many amazing IPs in there that we all love.
It's just it's going to be weird going into a Universal Park in Orlando that you don't know your way around and
right?
you don't know every single inch of it.
And it's not with the other 2 parks.
Right.
Yeah.
It's totally down the road.
So
So
weird.
that's
I'm going to try not to. I've challenged myself not to cry more than 3 times.
I was about to say,
so.
you're just gonna be bawling all day.
Yeah.
Is that tomorrow or on opening day?
Both.
Well, you'll see me in the first picture, and I'll be like,
Yeah, that's true.
I was doing a funny face if you're not listening on
Exactly.
YouTube. Or
All right, enough of Epic because
That's a different podcast.
It's a different podcast. But just so you all know, as the RIP podcast, the RIP Tour podcast, we will be definitely talking and going into in depth with
Darkmoor, yeah.
Yeah, because all of us are so excited to see what those rides are and what the area is and the food and drink offerings and everything else that goes with it. I'm super excited. Unfortunately, I've seen some characters that are going to be out. It's fine. I know social media are just going to post things, but I really wish some people wouldn't post anything about it and be like, let everybody just be surprised.
Yeah.
When they go in. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen anymore. It's just so rare where a case like this where a new park is opening where there's not stuff out already. Obviously people are excited, they're hyped, they want to see what's going to be in it. But then you have your theme park enthusiasts and land enthusiasts that are in there that they don't want to see or hear anything because they just want to experience it walking in the first time. So, and I think that's going to be awesome. And people are going to get that. Some people are going to just stay off social media and get that first time for everything. And then there's going to be people that want to see what's happening. So to each their own, which is totally fine. Just don't blow up my timeline. Not until at least May 22nd. You can blow up my timeline on May 22nd because it doesn't matter. So All right, I think that's it. We're gonna get out of here, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So until next episode, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.